This man used his British accent to get straight to the point.
When this session started all those units of time ago, I thought Alex O'Connor was going to give us arguments against the existence of God. And it seems to me that what he has said is a loving God could not allow human suffering. A loving God could not allow animal suffering. I'm sorry, animal suffering or human suffering is not evidence for the existence of God one way or another. What you do is start with a proposition: is it more likely that God exists or not? And speaking for myself and for the reasons which Dr. Craig advanced, I think the balance of the argument, God exists. And if we then try and say, why does he do this? Why does he do that? I don't know. I'm not God. And either does Alex O'Connor.
The issue of suffering has nothing to do with God's existence, only his will. See, the real argument that atheists and agnostics are making is that because God is so loving, he would not allow suffering in this way. But they have a certain definition of God and what love is and what he would allow and what his will is. One that is defined by them, not the Bible.
I gave you one reason to suspect that the God that William Lane Craig is suggesting, which is an all-loving God, which, by the way, many arguments of the existence of God conclude that God must be loving. And so, in the case of those arguments, the problem of evil does actually provide a good reason not to believe in that God.
And the Bible has a mountain of answers to these questions. You just have to choose to accept them or not. In the Bible, we see that God is love. We also see the presence of suffering. From the beginning, since the fall, there has been suffering. And God uses it for his purposes and for his glory. And if you don't like that, you're simply judging the morality that you see in the Bible. And if God is real and the Bible is his word, then you're attempting to judge God. But we are in no position to do that as God's creation. So these discussions often turn into a back and forth about why God did this thing or that thing, because we don't like that with our modern morality. But if God is real, he defines morality. He makes the rules. He defines love. He defines meaning. He defines everything. And these arguments are built on non-biblical assumptions about what God's morality is and what our position as humans in relationship to God is. The Bible defines those things. It gives us a basis for why suffering exists. But many are content to say, well, I don't like that. And then they'll say, therefore, God does not exist. But in the words of our friend here,
I don't know. I'm not God.
The Bible teaches that God is love. He is good. He defines all things. And he used the suffering of his own son for our benefit. And yes, there was pain in that, but there's also beauty in that. All things exist for the glory of God.